Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So we're back again for another unbox, but an unbox a little bit different than our normal. So, as you guys know, I've been trying to improve the Dimension as much as I possibly can. We have the new and improved computer. It's an iBuyPower gaming computer. Excuse the mess right here, guys. This computer's been tremendously well so far. Also, obviously, you know, a little while back we upgraded to a Blue Snowball. I love this microphone a lot better than toner mic, which I've done in the past. And actually, I recently did a very long video on how my setups are as far as the equipment and gear. Speaking of which, that's what's related to this unbox today. Now I have an Unzano webcam. That's the very first webcam I started. You'll see that right there. Okay, that's the Unzano, and of course we have the C922, which I've been using. Now you can tell the Unzano, it's, you know, you see there's a big color difference here. It's one of those cameras that doesn't have software, so every time I personally, when I'm done with my computer, to save electricity, I turn it off. I do a shutdown, control shutdown. I start it up when I need it. You don't need to be wasting electricity all day long, so that's what I do. But when you do that, all the settings for OBS and any other programs you're using, it loses all those settings, so you'd have to reset them every single time you do a video. The only good thing about C922 is they have their own software. They have the Logitech capture program, which I'm going to launch so you guys can check it out. Let's just move that over. So they have their own little software. It says camera not available because I'm using it right now. There's also the G-Hub software, which G-Hub is it's Logitech's own proprietary little setup, but this saves everything in here. Right now I have it 30 FPS. You know, I have my little logins and everything here. It saves everything, so there is that. I can do a text overlay on here. I really don't use it because of some of the things I want to do. I have a little bit more functionality using OBS, so that's why I use OBS on here. So there we are. Let's go back to the main. So there we are. I've been using that C922 for quite a while. You know, for what I got it for, it is a little price. You know, it's $99 still. You'd think it would be lower than that. Brio is still about $199, unless you get a refurbished one on Amazon for about $160 or so. That's where this comes in, guys. This one is, well, it's a camera. Not just any camera. This is by a company called NexiGo. If I said that correctly, NexiGo, NexiGo. I think NexiGo, like, you know, how you say Mexico. There we go. So this is a NexiGo 4K UHD webcam with remote. I know a lot of times on every single webcam nowadays they say UHD or HD, but is it really? Depends on the software and the hardware you're working with, guys. So this one is the N950p. What does the P stand for? Well, there is an N950 and then the N950p. The big difference is we get this little remote control right here. Yep, that's right. We get a remote control in this. Now, this one, I did not stumble on this myself, guys. Okay, I cannot take credit for this. There is a YouTuber who goes by the YouTube handle AKADAD. And I'm going to have a link to his channel below. He's the one that released the video just a couple days ago. And I saw the videos because I follow him, and I haven't seen a video from him for a while. And then suddenly I see this video. I check it out. He goes over this, and I mean, he really basically puts it out there that the Brio has nothing on this camera. That's what he says. So I actually messaged him. I commented on his video, and he responded lightning fast. Dad is an awesome guy. Okay, I love his content, love his rhythm. You know, the persona, the image that he puts out there, awesome guy, awesome channel. The guy definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to tech, cameras, and gaming. So you definitely want to check him out. If you're not subscribing to him, why not? And like I said, I'm going to have the link in the description below. I'm also going to have the link to this below. Now, the cool thing about this is a 4K webcam. We are going to open this up right now. But this was priced at I think $124 or $128 on Amazon, and then $10 off of that with an Amazon coupon that was instant. So, you know, for about, you know, $117, $118, I got this 4K camera that comes with a remote control, guys. Kind of a no-brainer. So, what do you say we just cut right on into this? So, let's get into overview. Actually, you know what? We're going to switch up. I'm just going to use the C922 because that's my plan, actually. If you notice, here's the Unzano. Again, a lot of glare because I actually have blinds. I have a window right here. It looks like there's a little bit more glare here. But then if I go over here, I'm not moving the box, guys. It's just that the camera is at a different angle. We're getting all that glare, but guess what? I go over to the C922. We're not getting that, well, a little bit of glare, but not much. This one's a little bit better, so we're just going to go right into this. My plan is to retire the Unzano and to use my C922 as my overhead camera for when I do these unboxings. Very nice. This is not a little cheapo box either, so that's pretty cool. Now, we got some tech specs here, guys. See if that... I'm trying to get this to focus up here. Well, if you guys want to freeze this, you can kind of read it. It's a little blurred. So basically what we have here, we have tech specs. We have 4K UHD, Ultra HD. We have 3840 by 2160 at 30 frames per second. It does support 2592 by 1944, also 2048 by 1536, and of course 1920 by 1080, etc. We have a digital zoom, up to 5 times digital zoom, and that's at 1920 by 1080 at 30 FPS. Focus type is fixed focus. Horizontal view angle is 20 to 90%. Low light correction automatic. Microphone dual stereo mics, but we don't care about that, guys. You guys know that no web camera has microphones that you're going to rely on. You're always going to use an exterior mic, right? Here's some of the meatier specs. Or should I say the better specs? I can't talk straight. This comes with an image sensor that is a Sony 8.5 image sensor right there, guys. So we got Sony guts in here. We got Sony guts. If you know what movie that is, 10 points to your house. So we got a Sony 8.5 MP sensor. Video format supported is YUY2 or MJPEG. Okay. Package includes one UHD webcam, one remote, one Type C, one Type C to Type A cable, one Type C to Type C cable, one manual, and one privacy cover. So there we go. Those are your tech specs right there, courtesy of the back of the box. There we go. Now, I've never actually used anything by this company. So what do you say we got right on into it? Nice slow slide of the box right there. Nice box. Giggity. So we got a nice little reminder card. The Type C to C cable is under the blister. The webcam is covered by a 1-year manufacturer warranty. For more information, please visit www.nexigo.com. Wow, my focus is not working for jack smack right now. Don't worry, I'm going to have the link to NexiGo in the video description below. And speaking of video description below, I'm going to list our YouTube warriors. Those are other YouTubers, just like you and me, who make amazing content, whether it's toy hunts, collectibles, unboxes, live streaming, anything and everything under the sun. There are people just like you and me who make amazing content, so I want you guys to check them out, okay? So here we got our little privacy cover. There we go. We get our little connector. Looks like our A to C right there. We get our camera. Let's see, what else do we have here? Ooh, there we got a remote. Now I'm sure this remote does not come with batteries. I'll probably have to put batteries in, but based on videos I've seen, you can control Zoom remotely. How awesome is that? Yeah, I'm going to have to get some batteries in this. This is too light to have some batteries. But there we go. Kind of like a TV remote right there, guys. We got our up and down for positions. Zoom in, or zoom in, zoom out. We got our light correction right here. Microphone up and down. You can stop the mic, or stop the camera for privacy, you know, instead of using a privacy filter. You can mute it. And we can go between 50 and 60 hertz right there. So we got a lot of functionality right here. I got to check what the BLC stands for. But there we go. And we have our other type cord. I mean, look at all that we're getting right there. We're not just getting one cord. We're getting multiple cords here. They've definitely packaged the camera very nicely. We get ourselves a little manual. We're going to put this card right on in. I don't know if you need to register anything on here. It doesn't give me anything about registration, so we'll check it out. And I believe there is additional software, by the way, guys. There is additional software to download with this. Just like Logitech has their own software, NexiGo has their own software as well. So we're going to actually download that very quickly. I'm going to get some batteries for the remote, and we will be right back. Okay, so we got fresh batteries in here. All as fresh as I can get. Got some rechargeable batteries. I like rechargeable batteries because, well, you can recharge them. Don't have to keep spending money on buying brand new ones. So let's go ahead and do this. Ooh, plastic. The peel's always the best. And give you a nice little smooth texture here. I don't know if that's just branding or something special. So, we got your basic remote, got a little infrared sensor here. So, now I've already downloaded the, this is the NexiGo software that they have. So, I have that right here. And, little rule of thumb, I always pin my main programs to my toolbar there. Okay? So, there we go. We get white balance, brightness, contrast. Now, you can hit auto. So it'll take care of the white balance automatically. We have contrast, hue, saturation, sharpness, gamma, backlight, and of course power line frequency of 50 or 60 hertz. We could, of course, we have our auto default, and you can actually label these. So yeah, we can label. We can do presets on here for if you had multiple cameras, or maybe you have one profile for a specific type of video you're doing, like say YouTube, standard YouTube video opposed to a gaming stream. You know, you could do different loadouts here, which is pretty awesome. But of course, before we can do any of that, see right here, got the little drop right there. We got a preview. We also have advanced. Advanced against exposure, gain, focus, zoom, pan, tilt, roll. And of course we got our supports, warranty, registration, which I already registered this. Frequently asked questions, customer support, newsletter, manuals, and beta testing. So that's a lot right there. I gotta say, I think that's a little bit more than Logitech, just saying. Of course we got our options to clear all presets, go back to normals. We have exit, and also software documentation for help. There we go. We get a little PDF right here. Everything right at your fingertips. Now I went to the main site and I downloaded this. It was, you just scroll all the way down. You got Webcam Software, and you can also download Webcam Manual, which I already did. Excuse this, guys. I clicked on the wrong folder, guys. I wanted downloads. Where are my downloads? Right there. I'm losing it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm out of it. So here's the software, and here's the PDF with their full user manual for this. It takes you literally step by step, go through everything right here. It's all at your fingertips, and they give it to you right there. You don't have to go digging on the website there, guys. You can just pull it up, 1, 2, 3, Billy Bob, and you're good to go there. I love that. Let me pull that back up. Here we go. I'm sorry I didn't have that on the screen. So here we go. We got the user manual, step-by-step setup, step-by-step on how to change your settings. Everything is right here at your fingertips. You don't have to go searching on their website. Like a lot of companies, you got to go digging and trying to find it. It's all right there. They also have links for emails if you want to reach out to their support team. There we go, guys. There we go. They even show you the models that have potential firmware updates that may resolve issues. This is not one of them. We have the N950, so it's 940 and the 980, the 930s, 680s, 680s, 680s. So there you go. We should be good to go. I have yet to actually, I'm just going to minimize that right now, guys. Minimize, maximize. So, what do you guys say we go right to the unbox? I'm going to bring the camera right down. So, we are going to open this up. Still have tape on this. I have not opened this up because I wanted to do it with you guys. There we go. I don't think I liked how that sounded. So, I was going to be all nice and proper, but it wasn't working out. So, there we go. So, we got a nice little two-tone camera instead of the solid black. We do have a magnify button on here. So, hypothetically, if you guys wanted, you could put this. Now they do have some rotation here. No left, no 360 horizontal rotation, but we do have some angling up in here. It's not too. I would have liked this to be a little bit more tighter. And when I mean tight, I'm referring to the swivel on here. Swivel's kind of loose, but not too loose. It feels like if you're going to be moving this around a lot, it could have some issues right there. Now, as far as this goes, we got a nice little smooth rubber right here, so it has that kind of a gripping action right there. And also we do have the traditional swivel, so if you wanted to mount this onto a stand or an adjustable arm, it is the thing you guys can do. And of course, we love that we have the detachable cords. I know Razer was doing it where you couldn't detach it, which, you know, honestly, that's completely up to them. So, how awesome is that? We got little Velcro strips right here, so you can use that for cable management, or if you take this on the go, if you're someone who's going to edit a video, take videos on the go, maybe do a vacation vlog, it's a thing you guys can do. So we're just going to plug that right on in. Goes in. And now we're going to put this right on up. Now I have two different types of monitors here. We're going to try it on my side monitor here first, because I kind of have to thread this into my USB. USB, are you with me? Okay, there we go. Enough of the craziness, right? So we're going to move Zano down the street. He's going over there. We're going to bring the NexiGo right over here. Now, I will say this in case you guys want to have a nice proper look. It's sitting there nice and even. You know, it does take a little bit of real estate. It is a bit of a wide boy. It's a little bit of a chunky monkey, but with everything that we're going to have in here, I think it just might be worth it. What do you guys think? What do you guys say? Now, to figure out which one of these guys I can disconnect and plug this into my USB. Be right back, guys. Okay. The NexiGo is in the system. It is in the house. It is connected to the USB. So now, let's see if I can add it into OBS. Okay. Bear with me, guys. So we're going to go into adding video capture. Sorry if the sound, I'm trying to get the sound corrected here too. So we're going to name this NexiGo. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and make this... Did my camera freeze on me? That was the Unzano. So let me move this over here. Now you guys can see that this is Logitech. This is the NexiGo. Honestly, guys, if I'm not saying that correctly, please correct me. I'm not above that. Okay, so we got a little comparison right here. Look, now it looks, now the Logitech looks a little darker, whereas the NexiGo is a little bit brighter right out of the box, guys. Okay, so let's tilt them down a little bit. I think the colors are pretty good. Which one do you think right now? This is before making any adjustments, obviously, guys. So let's go ahead and do the usual suspects. I'm going to put custom. No, I'll put default right now. Resolution. No, we want custom. Now I'm going to go to 1920 by 1080. Oh, that's a bit big. That's a real big picture. Let's try and shrink that down a little bit. There we go. That should be a little bit better of a... We can play around with the zoom on here in a little bit, but pretty wide view, if I do say so. Now, I don't have the camera in the center of my monitor. I actually have it all the way on the far right side of my monitor. So, let's say I want you to push... C922 is almost all the way to the left. Now I'm actually going to push this right to the center of my monitor. Dead center of the monitor. This is how much of the dimension you're getting view of. You're getting all my shelves. Everything is within view here, guys. Okay? And that's pretty awesome just on its own. So, let's work on some of the other stuff here. So, we're going to go back to main this view right here. Let me just move OBS over here so you guys can see that. So, we are going to go to video format, JPEG. I always do that. I think I always do that. I'm losing my mind. Color space is 709. Color range, we always go for full. Buffering. So there we go. We have that. I want to say, I think I do any. Let me double check with my C922 settings. Yeah, I do any. Why is that not at 709? That was weird. So there we go. So right now we have to Unzano. You can we're still on C922. Let's go back to dual view. So right here is the C9 or the NexiGo, the 950. So let's start playing around with this. Well, let's go to settings first. So let me pull this up. Question is, will it let me change the settings while I'm in OBS? Yeah, it will. So that's cool. I kind of like the color, the brightness right there. Now auto balance, we can play around with it, or I can just leave it at auto. Let me see here. That doesn't look too bad. Might just have to play around with it a little bit. Saturation. Yeah, that can get really kind of, yeah. I think that looks pretty good. Sharpness is... What do you think about the sharpness there? Gamma. Ooh. Yeah, we don't want it that bright now. So yeah, we can play around with the backlight quite a bit. Let's cut the lights off and see just how much backlight we can compensate for. Come on. There we go. And just for good measure, let's so there we are. Let's see how much it's not doing anything right now. Brightness, yeah, we can do quite a bit with that. Now let's go back. Let's just bring everything back up. Okay, let's fix everything back. What the hell? Let's just go back to defaults. There we go. Brightness will... Again, your own setups are going to depend on, your settings. These numbers are not going to be what you're going to use for yours, guys. It all depends on what you're going to do. Backlight compensation. So, again, I'm a novice when it comes to this, so some of these settings, I'm probably not filtering them just right, but this lets you see a lot of what I have on the shelves a little bit more clearer. I like that. And then, again, I still have to play around with a lot of this, like the gain. Moving the gain around, and I'm not getting any changes here. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't have this on the screen because I was trying to watch what I was doing. Now, you can have a preview window, but it's probably not this way because I'm using OBS right now. So there we go. So, again, I have to play around with a lot of this to, figure everything out, to get the right settings for what I'm doing. But, let's go back to the main here. We'll just go back to default. That's the default setting right there. Again, I am going to have to play around with a few things here. Let's set it to 60 Hertz just for the hell of it. Do I want auto setting here? This is the white balance. Take it all the way down, or all the way up. I'm not crazy about that. Now, mind you, as far as lighting in the room right now, all I have, let's switch over to C922 so I can move you guys around. All I have right now is this kind of blue light rope and white light rope here, and I have some puck lights in the back. That's all that is illuminating the room right now. I'm not using my standard cheap-ass Walmart lamp that I usually have on. I have that off right now. Yeah, well, let's kick it on. So that's on. Does that help the lighting? Because I know a lighting makes the world of difference right there, guys. So let's go back. So there we go. We have all the lights on right now. Let's go to auto. Bring down a little. See, I don't like bringing that brightness down too much. I also don't want to, blast my face like crazy. Again, I am going to have to play around with some of the settings. Let's go back to properties. Let's make sure it's at 30. I don't know how well that is making a difference. I mean, does this seem to be a little bit better, guys? Like I said, I'm going to have to take some time and play around with this. Yeah. So this is the new camera that I'm going to be using. And like I said, this was, we haven't even done this yet. The remote. So, see? I can turn my camera on or off if I want. Now, we're not using the sound for here. The sound is still coming through my mic, primary. Move that out of the way. You guys don't need to see my dinner. So, there's a zoom. You can zoom in, zoom out. And guess what else we can do, guys? That's right, guys. Without having to move your camera, you can use this remote and do all kinds of, like if I want to, you can see my DeLorean right there. Now, obviously, there's some color correction that's happening as I'm moving this around because it's focusing on that area. Actually, no, my light just got triggered. My LED light. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. That was freaky. I thought the color was changing. That was just me being a weirdo. So we can zoom out. Now, when we're zoomed out, obviously, the arrow is not going to position. Oh, that's... Okay, guys, be careful. If you have LEDs, what's happening is my remote is hitting the lights. It's interacting with the light. So you definitely want to be careful with that. Because all I did was go like this. Or no, I was going down. And it tweaks my rope light into a different color. So you want to be careful if you have any kind of lighting that works off of a remote signal as well. So that's one thing to be careful about. Yeah, it's changing my rope lights. So that's going to be something to try and work around. See what this BLC is. I was trying to see what it was. Yeah, it's hitting my LED lights, so I might have to abandon those right now. But works right off the bat. You guys can see that. Zoom on here is pretty good. Pretty quick, actually. Now, there is a home button. So let's say I'm zoomed out. Home takes me right back. Now, there is a button for 50, 60 hertz. We have a power button on here. We have lighting on here. So if I wanted to darken it, I could. So it's cool that we have these kind of controls on here. And the zoom in, zoom out if I want to do an unnecessary close-up. There you guys go. You can see my DC and my Marvel shelves right there, and my Batman box back there. I mean, it's cool that you kind of have this. So if you have a much better looking display than I do, which probably most of you guys do, this allows you to do some playing around with it. Again, obviously I'm going to have to tweak around with my settings to get an overall view. But let's just zoom out. So between these two cameras, guys, which do you think is giving me the better look? Do you think the NexiGo is doing better? There we go. We got full light in the dimension once again. Honestly, I think between these two, I mean, one thing I will say is I can see more of the blue in the Logitech than I do here, but this is more of a 4K. Again, I have to go through all the settings really to hit everything up, but so far, I mean, for what I paid for this camera, this is I'm liking it so far. There are some subtle differences, but the thing is, I just connected this to OBS. So I do have some playing around with it to do. So, but all in all, I really like this. And like I said, I'm going to have a link to the Amazon link for this below. And there's also a few other things I need to play around with on here. Because honestly, there's a Logitech right there. And there we go. Right here is the NexiGo. NexiGo. Where do you want to go? NexiGo. I don't know. So, I mean, I gotta figure out what the BLC does. I gotta figure out what that is. I have the manual, and they give you a nice little thick manual right here. Of course, you can also, there's a little QR code right there, so you can just scan that on your phone, and it'll pull up the electronic PDF for it. So, I love how, like, I mean, look how much. Let me just open this back up. I mean, that's a very full picture of the dimension, guys. Gives you a little bit more depth. You can see a lot more. You can see more of my mess. It is what it is. Again, I just have to go through the settings. Now, it just needs two AAA batteries here, guys. That's all you need. I definitely recommend going through the settings on a book. And again, your rooms, your studio, your situation, your settings are going to vary. It does kind of give. I've heard some people talk about like some cameras will give you kind of a fisheye look. I don't think this gives me a fisheye look. I think this gives more depth to the room. I mean, it compared to, again, let's shrink this down so you guys can see. I mean, this is what I get on the Logitech, you know, and it's flipped, so you see a reverse of everything. But I mean, compare these two. I mean, you guys can see part of my window here. You can see all of my patches where you're only seeing part of the frame of the patches. You see from my laptop that back, and then you only see one of the bookcases where this gives you everything here. So, yeah, this is definitely an upgrade. Yes, I do need to clean and organize things a little bit better, guys, for the dimension. But that's not bad, guys. This is pretty awesome. I just have to play around with the settings so I can get everything configured. But yeah, this is definitely a go. Again, that is the N950. There is an autofocus on here. I have to figure out how to get that going. And it's hitting my lights again. I might have to put I'm going to have to put some tape over my, I'm going to have to do something about that. So, once I have everything figured out, I'll do an update video on this. But there we go, guys. Once again, this is the NexiGo Webcam with remote. There we go. 5 times digital zoom, as I showed you guys. Very simple setup. Very simple and very intuitive. Very basic software here. I love it. Again, I am going to have to go through a lot of my settings, like the gain, so I can kind of figure things through. But there we are, guys. I mean, it's lighting up this room a lot more than what it looks like right now. It really is. It's just I'm going to have to go through the settings and figure things out. Yes, I'm rocking my Punisher shirt. Sue me. You do have some swivel. So yeah, I mean, I can swivel this right here so you guys can see actually the desk right here. And as far as the swivel up, yeah, you can see my head and you can see the ceiling right there. So it does give some full view right here. A lot going on here. I mean, I could potentially even set it up over here, I guess. You guys can see more mess of my storage area. We don't want that. No. I might go ahead and on here there is a mount in the bottom. I might try and do something there because I think I might want to maybe, I don't know, maybe put it over here. That might be something we could do, but then I gotta make sure I'm looking at you guys. Well, if we move you right here, that's pretty good. There we go. Clean the lens a little bit. Again, I just have to play around with some of the settings. Now, like I said, guys, there is a button here, so if you want to do manual zoom, you can do that. It just cycles all the way through until you're back again. So, there we are. You have the button right there, or you can use the remote, but just make sure you don't have any kind of remote sensors because my lights are playing around right now. So, be careful. If you have anything that has a remote sensor that's going to be in the field of view from where your remote is, be careful, guys. That's the only negative gripe here. I do have to play around with the settings. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, I need to just hunker down and check on that. But I mean, definitely, this is we're going to see how great of a difference this is because I'm going to upload this video, and obviously, you guys can see the difference between right here and right here. This is the Logitech, and this is the NexiGo. So, there we are. There I am, two of me at once. It's scary, I know. So, there we go. Let me know what you guys think is the better. Do you think the Logitech is better? Again, this is the Logitech 922. Is that one the better one, or is this NexiGo the better one? Let me know in the video description below. Tell me which one you think is going to be the better one. Obviously, I can see a little. I think some people call it artifacting. It's not as smooth as the other one, at least from what I'm viewing. But again, I still have to get all the right settings worked out on here for me. So, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. It's just, it looks a little bit brighter than the Logitech, and I think I'm just used to Logitech. I like how blue it comes out. Let's check some of the other colors right here. There we go. We got green. How do my reds look? That's weird. There we go. So, even with, I gotta say, for like gaming, I think the NexiGo is going to be the one to go with, because, look, I mean, I have the red lights, and usually when I have the red lights on, they look a lot darker, right? Take a look at Logitech right now. I definitely look much darker in here than I do with the NexiGo. It looks a little bit darker. I mean, I think also it's a factor of lighting. I got to play around with my lights. I am thinking of redoing how I have my actual desk set up, because you guys have heard me say in the past, I actually want to get a new desk. I want to figure out something. I'm not just sure how I'm going to go about it. I might do something a little bit crazy, but hey, this is Dave's Dimension, the channel where chaos and insanity will reign supreme. I know this was a long video, a little bit of a rant, but like I said, I'm going to have all the links in the video description below, guys. Honestly, I think this is a pretty awesome camera. There we go, we're in full frame. Again, I have to play around with some of the settings. It's just something I need to take some time and play around with. I'm probably going to be doing that tonight. Tonight, Sunday. How does that look? There we go. Play around with the settings here in OBS. Let's go down to... How does that look? Not too sure what I think of that one. But there we are, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. Sorry, hiccups. So there we go. You have me and you have me. We have, right at the bottom here, we have bouncing around. This is the Logitech and this is the NexiGo. So what do you think, which one do you think is the better one? Let's hold some things up for, now I got to figure out the autofocus, but that comes out pretty clear. What about some text? Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I gotta play around with the settings on here, but for the price, you can't go wrong, guys. It's a camera. It's an HD camera. Once you figure out your settings, I will do an update video to see how much better. Because once upon a time, this is how. I mean, I had some setting issues with the Logitech when I first got it, so it's just a matter of time. But at least now I have a slightly better camera. I mean, it's still cheaper than a Brio. Brios are still like $199 for brand new full market price. So given that, I was actually looking also at a Razer, the Razer Keo. What is it? The Razer Keo Pro or something it's called. I was also looking at that one. That might be something we do in the future as well. So there we are, guys. Long enough video. I know I ramble and I ramble and I ramble. Oh, and by the way, I ramble. So until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.